So funny story. For the past few months, I've just been trying to like regulate through the awareness that somebody is paying a little bit too much attention to me. And it was getting pretty scary. It made me not want to use this channel. And then I realized that at the very least, the account that I thought was the person that I'm talking about was actually someone else's account. I looked at my subscribers, saw when someone subscribed. It was before this incident. So back and better than ever. And what I have to tell to you is that we need to create. We have to make things. And if people get mad or jealous or weird or whatever, we just have to let them. Because the worst case scenario is that you are a creative person who has all this light and love that they want to share, but they can't find a place for it. And because they're suppressing themselves, they're not letting themselves be liked. And worst off, they are then going into situations where people can discover them and can be inspired by them. But because they're carrying and holding and dysregulated from all of the trauma and abuse from these situations that they are letting themselves stay in or they are forced to stay in, and they're not knowing how to at least leave that at that place, they are blocking themselves from being witnessed and seen, or they're feeling uncomfortable when people compliment them. That is horrible. We have shamed creatives to a point that we shame creatives, but then we're like, oh my gosh, I don't want ChatGPT to make art. Okay, so what you gotta do is pick one. It's either human beings make art, or we end up like the fucking Pixies in Timmy Turner. Your choice. Because this thing of like, and I'll admit it, I have giggled at a cosplayer in high school, okay? I'm not perfect. But I honestly though, no, I kind of leave it alone. I see that I am judging it and then I leave it alone. I actually know this for a fact because there were these kids who really liked Sonic when I was in elementary school middle school. And I was like a Warrior Cats kid, maybe like a few years before, but I was also like one of those Tumblr, like I'm better than everybody else because I like good anime type people. But I knew that I could only have that vibe if I also didn't give people a hard fucking time for what they like, because I was getting bullied for liking anime anyways. People didn't care what anime was. They didn't care it was Fullmetal Alchemist. You know what I mean? So it's like, even when that was going on, and even sometimes I was like, oh my gosh, this is a little much. Whenever I felt that type of hate brewing in my brain and body, I was like, I either need to disengage entirely and stop paying attention to them, or I need to ask myself, why am I feeling like secondhand embarrassment? Secondhand embarrassment is not fucking real. Secondhand embarrassment is how you feel about yourself when you're engaging with what you like at the capacity that you want to or desire to, but you're too ashamed to fucking do it. Yeah. 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 I mean, like, and I don't know why that's so controversial to acknowledge. There's so many times where I see someone like saying something that I know is embarrassing or whatever, but I'm fully aware that I only feel that way because of how people reacted to me when I did the same thing. Even now, like, I had this encounter with somebody who was just, they were really trying to overcorrect and they thought that I didn't like them or something, but I just didn't want to interact with them. I just didn't. And they were younger than me and they kept like, really, I'll just say chasing, I guess. And I don't even like describing it like this. I kind of don't know how else to talk about these situations though. But I was just like, okay, I get it. Like, you're worried about like, did you offend me? Why does someone not like you? Like, I get it. I empathize. I've been there. I understand. But I didn't care to engage with it at all. I didn't care about it. I wanted nothing to do with it. And I won't even say what my actual issue was, because I get that she didn't realize that or know or wasn't aware or whatever. That's cool. Because what would I look like really like going around talking shit about it? You know what I mean? Whether I had a reason to or not. What would that do? What would that really do? Because I feel comfortable in the fact that I just wasn't fucking with something. That's fine. But while knowing that, on the other hand, and through that situation, I was really like, oh man, like now I know why it was so uncomfortable when I would kind of react the same way. If someone felt that way about me, they were probably kind of empathizing, but also kind of like, just, I don't want to deal with this. Now, I'll say in my situation, people did decide to be very mean. But that's besides the point. That's why I know that when I see someone else doing that and I'm investigating this within myself, I know that I could just leave it the fuck alone, right? And I know that the reason why I'm getting so annoyed about it is because I'd been there, and if I was being shallow, I'd just be like, oh, gross. But because I am actually like introspecting, I'm like, oh, okay, like I don't like this, but I also get it. And I'm just going to make my distance the way I can and not bully this person or talk shit about them or do anything weird, right? So the urge to just feel secondhand embarrassment, cringe, express that to someone, treat them worse, shame them, whatever. You're just like, you get two options. You're doing that and you're hoping they stop. They feel shame and stop. Because humans don't really like change. They get kind of scared. So they changed and switched it up to however way you liked it. They'd probably still not fucking like it. It's nighttime, okay? It's nighttime. I'm kind of tired. Or it's either you want less art or you are okay with the art that's being made. That's it, in my opinion. Someone's like self-promoing and they're like, oh my gosh, I made this like DVD or CD, sorry. What's it called when they make music? Is it a CD? I made this CD, I made this mixtape, whatever, listen to my mixtape. Yeah. Listen to my SoundCloud. Okay, yeah. So I can find that really annoying and bully you to suppress you in your art, or I can find it annoying and let you find people who like it. Who fuck with that? Because trying to characterize it as anything else is just devoid of humane whatever. You know what I mean? Like it's just sad. That's just sad to me. I think it's sad to want less art in the world, because if that's your vibe, ask yourself, do I want this person to stop altogether and stop creating? Am I hoping to send off a vibe and a frequency so negative that it makes this person question who they are, makes them question their direction, makes them stop, makes them give up? So if you're watching this and you're an artist and you are starting to promote yourself and be a little bit more free, and you're having people unfollow you or give you mean looks or laugh at you or whatever, bully you, weird shit, pick up your drawing in front of a classroom and say, look, this person's gay because they drew this. I don't really think that's happening anymore in elementary schools, maybe in rural areas. When I was a kid, that was happening to me. I was like, okay, like, what the fuck you want me to do? Draw like you? You fucking suck, kid. But anyway, sorry. That was low vibrational. But, no, it was pretty high vibrational. Or you're like, this is not for me and I'm gonna let this person find their people because I want art in the world. Because otherwise, all these paintings and shit are gonna have open AI in the bottom corner.